Hello everybody, this is Right Defense, and today we're going to be playing a game called Okami HD. A lot of people have probably heard about it, but this is the first time I'm actually playing it. I did play a little bit of it just to see if it was like easy to control, to get the controllers down, but other than that, I am completely new to this. I have never gone through the game at all in the old version or anything like that, and it's going to be no, stop. This is going to be a new experience. Let's begin. New game. Here we go. Okami. And there's a pretty lengthy story in the beginning, so we might only get to that today. But we'll see where we go. Story Hideki Kamiya. I'm sorry, but my pronunciation is going to be atrocious. Because I love the Japanese language, but I can't pronounce anything. Or I tried to, at least. Long, long ago, a tiny hamlet known as Kamiki lay nestled in a grove of proud and beautiful cherry blossoms. Each and every tree around the quiet burg was honored as a god. However, the village was not without its dark secrets. Really? I mean, well, everyone has their skeletons in closet, right? What are those? We got Hydra. What? To satiate? Whatever. The appetite of Orochi, a fearsome cave-dwelling beast. A young maiden was offered as a sacrifice at the annual festival. With a body like a mountain, and 8 heads mounted on necks the size of tree trunks, its blood-red eyes alone were said to curse anyone who gazed into them. No one dared disobey the horrific beast. Okay. Yeah, I mean, Hydra's right. When the night of the sacrifice drew near, a mysterious white wolf appeared outside the village. This wolf, its coat as brilliant as snow, was dubbed Shiranui. Or Shiranui? Or I can't, yeah. The wolf kept a watchful eye on anyone who ventured outside the village, and made a habit of patrolling the streets at night. People assumed the wolf to be a familiar of Orochi. Oh, so I didn't catch that the first time I read this part of the story. That they thought that the wolf was with Orochi. That makes sense, because of things about to be said. Anyway, one villager took it upon himself to face a fearsome Shiranui. The warrior Nagi attempted many times to challenge the wolf, but his attempts were thwarted by Shiranui's swift movements. I don't know if Shiranui's good or bad, in the beginning. What was Shiranui doing? Before long, the night of the accursed festival had arrived. A white plumed arrow heralded the coming of sacrifice. Piercing the sky, the arrow sunk its shaft squarely into some drum thing. The home of Nami, the village's most beautiful maiden. That we can only see the silhouette of. Nagi, harboring a secret love for Nami, was enraged by this sign. Determined to put an end to Orochi once and for all, Nagi traveled to the Beast Cave in place of his beloved. Now, I mean, if there's anything to stop a giant monster, it's love, right? Not being mean about it, I'm just saying it's weird. No one tried to challenge this monster up until now because of this. The Moon Cave, a place as dark as evil itself, served as Orochi's home. And, as Nagi stood bravely before the entrance, a beast appeared, eyes glowing crimson, upon 8 thrashing necks. Orochi stood tall before him, anxious for another sacrifice. Nagi leapt with incredible grace, swinging his blade valiantly. And, on he sliced well into the moonless night. But Orochi's hide was like steel, and blade left nary a scratch. Wow, I mean, it is a dragon, and it probably has pretty tough scales. Sorry. At long last, Nagi, his energy spent from the intense battle Why am I messing up so hard? Dropped to his knees, fatigued and gasping for breath. He knew he was staring death in the face. It was then that the wolf appeared, as if to protect Nagi. It stood its ground before Orochi. Well, what is Shiranui's affiliations with then? In the darkness of the cave, the wolf's coat shone brilliantly. Alas, it was Shiranui, the wolf that dwelled outside the village. Bearing its fearsome claws, Shiranui leapt towards Orochi. Orochi reared its terrifying heads, readying its fangs for battle. The two beasts struggled, wildly thrashing in the darkness. It's getting intense. Mysterious and terrifying, the spectacle continued. Shiranui summoned gusts of divine wind to counter Orochi's flames. Ooh, I feel like we're going to learn that later on. I know this game's a lot about painting. Wow. As Orochi closed in on Shiranui, sharpened claws glistening, a giant tree suddenly sprouted forth, shielding the wolf. Also, probably a power we will learn. Shiranui fought gallantly to gain the upper hand. However, Orochi, protected by a mystical power, was not easily bested. Shiranui, covered in gashes, majestic coat dyed crimson, stood exhausted before the mighty Orochi. Whew. Man. Orochi saw a chance to strike what would be the final blow, but Shiranui refused to give in. With its last ounce of strength, the majestic wolf gazed heavenward and unleashed a mighty howl. Suddenly, the black clouds overhead dissipated. Ooh. That's beautiful. The light from above glistened off Nagi's sword as a beacon of hope. That looks important. It's the only colored thing in this whole thing so far. This whole video. Guided by his sword, Nagi, who had been taking shelter in the shadows, stood proudly to face his adversary. Channeling all his strength into his sacred and battered arms, he leapt ferociously towards Orochi, his sword poised high. The golden sword danced in his hands like a puppet on a string. One by one, Orochi's fearsome heads separated from their owner. Woo. That one guy has a crown of sun. Oh, that's probably an important point. Orochi's broken body collapsed in a lake of its own blood. In that instant, the curse that plagued the villagers was lifted. As the battle subsided, the sun shone once again in the sky. Shiranui had succumbed to Orochi's poison and struggled to breathe. Nagi scooped the beast into his arms and returned to Kamiki. Wow. When they reached the village, Shiranui was no longer moving. The village elder gently stroked the wolf's head. In response, Shiranui let out a hoarse and pitiful bark, then closed its eyes and drifted off as if into a slumber. You mean it? Okay, I'm not going to be disrespectful, even though it is a make-believe character. Anyway, peace had at last returned to Kamiki village. In honor of Shiranui's heroic exploits, the villagers erected a shrine and placed a statue of the wolf within it. Nagi's sword was christened Tsukuyomi and placed inside the moon cave. The villagers all look forward to an age of endless peace. However, this is not the end of the story. There is more to this tale than most people know. 100 years had passed since Nagi and Shiranui's heroic exploits. It happened so quickly that no one in the village even took notice. Man. Very foggy. That's kind of the day that curses come back and all that crap. Ooh. It's very dark. Is this the legendary sword? Is this the Tsukuyomi? The sword that banished the dreaded Orochi? Nah, it could be. It's just a legend, nothing but a fairy tale. I need this for my collection. You fool! Oh, look how scared you are now. Back when you thought this was just a legend, you didn't think anything about it. Oh yeah, let it come. I don't want to... Yeah, whatever. Oh, this guy's scared out of his wits. Yikes! Oh, he who seeks power, he who has broken my bonds, speak the words I wish darkness into the world. Utter that prayer unto me and unleash my power. Oh, he's like, why have I done this? What have I done? Snap! Oh, the bell tower thing. That was part of its back. I get it. He's like, nope, get me out of here. They're bringing fire. Was that a voice acting? I couldn't hear. Dang. What's the first thing you do when you wake up from a nap? You just go on a rampage. And light everything on fire, apparently. What? The darkness. Alright. Now loading! Who are you? A horrible tragedy suddenly swept over the land. However, there was one village that seemed to escape the terrible curse. The tiny settlement of Kamiki Village enjoyed the protection of a sacred tree. It is here that the real story begins. Oh, bring in Shiranui. Back from the grave, right? What's happening? Oh, okay, so we got the goddess. Oh my goodness. Wood sprite Sakuya.
How troublesome. This is just like the ancient prophecy of doom. What has transpired to bring about such calamity? We must act quickly. There is no time to lose. My power has diminished over the years I've spent protecting this area. I don't have much time left in this world.
You're like a goddess, aren't you? You should have like limitless power.
Amaterasu. Now is the time. We have never needed your power more. Shine your divine light upon this broken and polluted world. Let your heavenly rays become our hope as you guide us all.
I cannot pronounce the name of this disc for the life of me. This is the one thing that I have the biggest trouble with. Oh, rise from the ashes. Okami, Amaterasu.
Ah, such divine white light, such beauty and grace. The only one capable of such a wondrous spectacle is none other than our mother and the origin of all that is, Amaterasu. How delightful to see that the Savior, whose brave sacrifice sealed away the evil demon so many years ago, has not changed one bit. Seeing you emerge after so many years spent as a statue brings happiness to my heart.
yeah, just darkness and death and just take a nap. Saki is like, what?
Amaterasu, gaze above you and take in the condition of the sky. Since your untimely departure from our midst, the world has succumbed to devious and vicious beasts. They have ravaged our fine and bountiful country of Nippon.
Also, it was started by some weirdo who just wanted a sword for no reason.
But never have the circumstances been worse than they are at this very moment. Please use our powers to banish the darkness and punish those who would do us harm.
Wow, doing this voice is like blowing a balloon. It just destroys it.
What is this? Has something stolen its way into my robe?
Oh my goodness.
Ho 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 ho!
Yeah, okay, yeah, whatever. Alright.
Phew, what on earth?
It's a little bug.
You again.
It's a little beetle bug. Oh, it's a person beetle bug. Ow, 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 ow! Are you nuts? Boy, for a little thing, you sure make a big fuss. I was just trying to make the conversation a bit more interesting, that's all.
Were you napping in my clothes again, bug?
Bug? I told you 1,000 times not to call me that. I'm a wandering artist. The name's Isun. Wandering artist Isun. I'll show you just how great I am, and it won't be long until you're bowing before my great brush. Oh wow, he's pretty strong. Oh. Why? Why does he have to be inappropriate? Weirdo. Well, what do you think? Even cuter than the real thing? No. Oh. Okami's like, get off me, you runt! What's with you, Furball? You look kind of down in the dumps. Actually, you look kind of familiar. Ah, got it. You look just like that statue of Shiranui. So is he like mortal or like what? Well, what do you think you're doing? Are you crazy? A handsome guy like me should never be covered in wolf slobber. You'll regret messing with the great Isun. Don't make me use my prize sword, Denkomaru, against you. Sword? What is it, like a thumbtack? Though he is pretty strong, maybe he has something really more worthwhile. What's going on? Oh, what's that growling sound, I mean? And why is it so dark anyway?
Oh, great God.
Grodd.
Oh, great God, Amaterasu, Tarasu. I've used all my power I have to protect Kamiki Village. The village lives on. Their spirits lie encased in my fruit. Cut it free, and the village will be reborn. I trust in you. I know that you will lead us down the right path. Only your awesome power can restore life to the world.
The trees return to normal, huh? That Sakia girl sure said some weird stuff. The villager spirits are being kept inside the fruit. That's the fruit. That girl said that. If you cut it down, the village will be restored. But it's awfully high up there if you don't use some kind of special power. There's no way you're gonna reach it. This darkness is really getting to me, too. A lot can happen while you're taking a nap. Alright. So finally we actually get to control Okami. And I'm going to leave the video off here. It's a nice little introduction to the story, what's happening, how we came to be as this wolf guy, or girl, I believe. I have never really...
Oh, you can bark! I just pressed the B button. It can bark. It's adorable. And it can tick.
Oh, snap. Okay, I love this. Anyway, I guess I'll see you guys next time. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye! Hey, this is Right Defense. If you like what you saw today, smack the like button and leave a comment down below. Also, show your support by smashing the subscribe button and ringing the bell next to it to stay notified on any new videos in the future. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.